Since our early history, Singapore has been associated with felines. There was Sanila Utama's legendary sighting of the lion, which led to the mythical birth of our nation's name, Singapura. Stories have also been told about fearsome tigers who roamed our jungles in the 19th century, and of their helpless human prey. Now, a newcomer has been added to the feline mythos of Singapore, and it's an urban wonder living in our midst. Join us as Hey Singapore takes you on a search for the Singapura. They are such a common sight, we don't even give them a second glance. Walking along the road, you might see anything from 1 to 5 at a time. In fact, many people consider them to be a public nuisance. But did you know these stray cats harbor a startling secret?
And I'm here to share it with you on Hey Singapore. Hi, I'm Lisa Ng, and tonight we go in search for the only cat to be named after Singapore. We first found out about it in the Guinness Book of World Records, which lists it as the smallest domestic cat in the world. The cat in the limelight is the Singapura. And though it has many fans abroad, it seems that not many Singaporeans know about our local celebrity.
What do you know about the Singapura cat?
I'm not very sure.
No. The what?
Singapura cat? No, I don't think so. Not very much.
No, I don't know the history behind it.
I just know that it's a small cat, that's all that I know.
No? It's a song, is it?
So what is a Singapura? What does it look like? And most importantly, where can we find one?
The difference between the Singapura and the local drain cat is the Singapura is a purebred cat, which means it will breed true to form each time. You'll get a cat with a lovely round head similar to this American Burmese that's on the pillow, with large eyes, nice small ears, very sweet expression, and the Singapuras have a M on their forehead, similar from the tabby markings, the genetic tabby that they are, and on the inside of the legs they have tabby markings. The body coat is a solid tick tabby with a light undercoat. So if you would raise the hair, the end of the hair has a darker color, and the hair underneath is a very light. It'll be a light cream or a light beige. They're very sweet cats. They're very active cats, and the owners of Singapuras say that they are very, very intelligent and very loving cats, and they're a joy to own.
So this is the secret behind our local drain cats. The Singapura is really bred from them.
Welcome back to the tale of the Singapura. It came as a surprise to us that our small local celebrity could stir up a controversy that spans 2 continents. But before we get started on the controversy that exists even today, let's take a look at the feline herself.
Hi. Welcome. I'm Edwin.
Edwin, nice to meet you.
Angela.
Hi,
Welcome.
We managed to convince the Chihuahuas to appear on camera alongside their Singapura. And finally, we came face to face with the cats. With them were 2 Singapura breeders from the United States, Mr. Wilson Vega and Mr. Douglas Pollock.
And these are the Singapuras.
Wow.
Let me hand you one.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, this is
male or
It's a male, and his name is Tucson.
Ah, okay. And that is female.
That's a female, and her name is Misty.
Okay. Should we take a seat? How old is he?
He's 6 years old. When they first came in, they're about 1.5 years old.
Oh, so you've had them for about 5 over years, huh?
Yes, we have.
But they are spayed.
Yes, they've been neutered and spayed. And they're very friendly people. They will extend the hospitality very easily to strangers. As you can see, they take on to strangers very, very easily.
Well, actually, they're quite easy to take care. Much easier than a long hair. You gotta clean the cat litter, of course, but generally, very easy to just brush their hair away, for instance. Give them a bath once in a while, and they enjoy papayas. Char siu too, if you believe that.
And how did you acquire this pair?
Oh, we brought it in to help the STPB in their project. What we did was we contacted the breeders in America and told them about the project that STPB wanted, a pair of Singapuras to help them in their project. So we got them shipped in and flew in from the States.
Meanwhile, Douglas told us how the breed was discovered.
They were found in Singapore by Hal and Tommy Meadow, taken back to the United States in the early 1970s, where they were bred, and from there, people suggested it was such an unusual breed that they start showing them. Tommy Meadow had been a judge in cat shows anyhow, and so with encouragement from a lot of people, she began to show them in the cat shows.
Maybe you can tell us about the markings for the Singapuras.
Okay. The standard for the Singapura calls for big eyes, big ears, a nose liner, a full nose liner, like this he has, cheetah markings. This is not dirt. This is just, some markings. Inside barons, called sergeant barons,
Sergeant stripes.
stripes. Both legs, none outside. The back knees, some markings that he has, both of them. Beautiful marks. A clean belly, a muslin collar, no necklace. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. The tip of the tail has to be black. Then we have the ticking on the cat. Supposed to have 3 bands on the hairs. You can see like that. Or even
No spots, huh? Just
no
even
spots.
coat.
The even color. These are line black on the spine is okay.
But here lies the controversy. Because of the obvious similarities between the Singapura, the Abyssinian, and the American Burmese strains, some cat breeders believe that the Singapura is not descended from Singapore's drain cats. Instead, they claim that the Singapura is a crossbreed between the Abyssinian and the American Burmese cats. When the STPB promoted the Singapura as one of Singapore's mascots, they launched a huge publicity campaign. There were many posters and souvenirs commissioned featuring the Singapura. Items range from t-shirts to tiny pewter statuettes, such as those shown here. However, as public attention focused on the Singapura, the Straits Times investigated Mrs. Tommy Meadows' claim that she found the cats here in 1974. They discovered a discrepancy in her account of how she picked up the original 3 Singapura strays.
It was along this road that Mrs. Meadows lived back in 1974. In that same year, she claimed that she found 3 drain cats, which she named Tess, Puss, and Tickle. However, when the Straits Times checked with the primary production department, it was revealed that she had already brought over 3 cats named Tess, Puss, and Tickle over from America. So, this could mean that the 3 original Singapuras did not come from Singapore.
Rumors were also fueled by the fact that Mrs. Meadow used to breed Abyssinian and Burmese cats, which heightened suspicions that the Singapura was a crossbreed. We asked Wanda if such a crossbreeding program would produce a cat which looks like the Singapura.
The similarities between the Abyssinian, the Singapura, and the American Burmese. Basically, if you look at the origins of all of the cats, all of these cats originated in the Asia Minor area. They've originated within this Asia Pacific area. The Burmese, actually from Thailand originally. The Abyssinians and the Abyssinian, the tick gene is originally from Asia anyway. So I know there's controversy on people saying, is a Singapura truly a natural breed, Or is it a cross between an Abyssinian and an American Burmese? Well, you know, they all came from the same area. There's some gorgeous Singapuras that are here in Singapore that are very, very close in type and could be the great-great-grandmothers and grandfathers, aunties and uncles of the breed. The Burmese are from Thailand, and so it's very, very possible that yes, the same genes run in all of these cats. So that can take in for the similarity that you see in the cats.
Could this mean then that the Singapura is not a native cat of Singapore?
Stay with us as we find out more about the controversy and hunt the streets of Singapore for a real-life Singapura after the break. Hi, we're back with more on the Singapura. Now, many factors seem to be pointing to the belief that our internationally acclaimed feline may not really be ours. But as we discovered, there was more to the story.
We found out Mrs. Meadows' number through Wanda and decided to give her a call.
Hello, Mrs. Meadows.
Hello, Evan.
Hi.
Unfortunately, Mrs. Meadows refused to comment on the controversy surrounding the Singapura. We wrote to Mr. Donald Williams of the Cat Fanciers Association, the world's largest cat registry, to confirm the facts. In a hearing, the CFA went through the Singapura's pedigree with the Meadows. They established that the breed was natural and dispelled rumors that the Singapuras were crossbreeds. In fact, we asked Douglas if the Singapura had a history of being crossbred.
No, more experts than me have studied this. They find out this type of cat comes from Southeast Asia. That's well documented, not only in Singapore, but other countries. And also, people have tried to reproduce it, whether to make money or I don't know why, but they have tried breeding Abbeys and Abyssinians and Burmese together, and they do not get a Singapura. And today in Australia, they have a new breed out, which is an Abyssinian and a Burmese and a short-haired bred together, and it's called a spotted mist. It's a spotted cat. So people who have tried have not been able to succeed. It's definitely a natural breed, and it's considered a natural breed. And you can also prove that by breeding Singaporeans together. You breed the generations together, and you would get some other colors coming out. These breed true all the time.
So, how do you feel about the controversy over the cat's heritage?
What controversy? Why I say that is because their controversy actually was only known in Singapore. There was no controversy in America. All the time, all the American cat associations had no problems with the Singapura breed.
Many Singapura lovers feel that this controversy should be forgotten in favor of promoting the Singapura as it is, an unusually beautiful and graceful companion.
Even if one discounts Mrs. Meadows' explanations, the strongest proof of the Singapura's lineage lies on the streets, and Wanda had this to say.
On marketing in Geelong, I've noticed there were some beautiful cats in Geelong that were solid tick tabbies with very light undercoats and the semi-wedge round heads and very sweet expressions on their face. Also at the SPCA, there's been some gorgeous kittens that are solid tick tabbies in the SPCA for adoption, with long tails, kink tails, and bobtails.
To prove once and for all that Singapuras come from our streets, we took Wilson and Douglas out to hunt for them. We went to Hague Road, and at the wet market, we kept an eagle eye peeled for what Wilson referred to as raw Singapuras. Douglas explained that while any we found on the streets were bona fide Singapuras, they would not be show cat material, as certain genetic flaws such as kinked tails would have to be bred out first. After a tiring morning, we finally found the real McCoy.
This is definitely what the Singapores look like when they were first discovered. We breed them now so that they have a little lighter coat, but look at this beautiful ticking on this cat's body. This is what we look for in the cat. It's got bands of color on the hair. Something has happened with this cat over the years which makes it different because it has lost its stripes and its bars. On the front legs in the States, we don't allow the stripes anymore. Here we've bred that out, but we do allow the stripes inside the legs. See these bars? We want that in the breed, so we have kept that in. This is a beautiful example. You can see she's got good markings on the head. She's got nice large ears, and if you could get a shot of her nose, you would see she has a lining around the nose. Right in here, see, it looks like someone's painted a line around the nose, and that's what you want even on a show cat today. Now, you wouldn't want any stripes on the tail, but you would have this dark, we call it a dark spine line.
Without showing that you're driving.
Okay, now this is a good example of what is not a Singapura.
Okay.
You can see the total difference in the head shape. Yeah. No lining, of course it's got a white body.
Okay.
Long nose, no nose liner at all.
Yeah, that's right.
No markings, of course. Total, there's only one color, no ticking, all solid color.
Right.
Also, you'll notice he even has little eyes. Look at the difference in the shape of the eyes.
Okay.
He has little eyes. And if you look at the Singapore, you'll see she has big, beautiful eyes. And in the States, we breed for that beautiful eye. Look at that.
Okay.
See the difference? Oh, wow, look at this. Look at this. Now, this is even more close to show standards.
Look at the color.
Because see, no bars here, but yet look in here. See the barring on the inside? Also, look, see these little things on, now that's what we like in our show quality cats, is this little bar in here, which is excellent. And look at the muslin color on the stomach of this cat. You must have a whole colony of Singaporeans living here. Mm-hmm.
While Mrs. Meadow didn't talk about the controversy, she did tell us how the Singapura was faring abroad.
As far as internationally, wow. We've got cats in Austria, in Australia, Bermuda, Canada, several in England. We have several breeders in England now. France, Holland, Japan, Russia, South Africa, Wales, to say nothing of here in the United States. So they've been very well accepted right from the beginning.
Now the STPB has gone into a new branding of Singapore, promoting its new Asia concept in favor of Singapore's mascots. So while the Singapura is gaining in popularity overseas, it is almost forgotten back in Singapore. We spoke to Mrs. Eileen Zain Tahar, the president of the Singapore Cat Club, and she also offered us a few ideas why there weren't many Singapuras in Singapore.
Basically, because the cat has been bred outside of Singapore, it's been taken out of Singapore to be, the breeding is being continued in the USA. And to bring the cat back into Singapore, it's expensive.
How much would you say?
I would say in the region of a couple of $1,000 US, for a cat.
3,000 around a figure for a cat.
Maybe with the airfare, it would come to that with quarantine.
I see.
Yeah, because there is a 30 days quarantine for cats coming from the States. Every time when we have a show, people come out to us, to ask if there is a Singaporean show. And it's very disappointing for them and for us as well, when there's nothing,
So will the club be getting a Singapura?
We are looking into getting a couple of Singapura, a breeding pair. But the question here is money, because, the cost is expensive. And the club is not a, it's a non-profit club.
Will you?
So if there's anyone out there, who would, just starting to keep cats, maybe they will think about getting a Singapura.
While there'll always be doubts about the Singapura's heritage, we'd like to believe that this beautiful cat did spring from our shores. It would be marvelous, though, if more cat lovers brought in Singapuras as pets so that our champion felines can come home. Well, the next time you see a stray cat on the streets, look again. It might just be a Singapura. I'm Lisa, and this has been Hey Singapore. Bye-bye.
Singapore, did you know there's an ancient tomb on Fort Canning?
This grave was actually a kramat. It suggests that a person of great power is buried here.
Whose body lies in the tomb?
We decided there was only one way to find out.
Lisa and a team of experts dig deep into the mystery of the tomb on Fort Canning. In Hey Singapore next week on 5.